Shalom. Call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Yahweh Kakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth through rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. This is Bakayar Amana, aka Mataza Lakam. Okay. Clearly, I'm going to have to go by that handle. Yeah. This, as you see on the screen in front of you, I found this. I was looking for some stuff on Rabbi B.B. Finkelstein back in the 1990s, who was talking about, because I made a video about it before, back in 2018, 2019, and they took my channel down. And then I made another channel and then put that same video back up and they took it down again. And then I put that same video up again, they took it down again. They took down 3 channels, 3 full YouTube channels in the space of a week behind this video. And while I was trying to find that video, which I did find it, I ran into this one. And this is like a part 2, part 3 of the video that I have on my channel about the last will and testament, the last words of David Greenberg, right? The whistleblower that told about Project Pogo and Project Zypher. I think Project Zypher is a project where they have an AI system set up where if you pull it up on your Google search engine and Wikipedia, I'm sure you could find a little bit more in-depth information on Project Zypher. Very little. But what it was supposed to do was it pretends it's an AI program, an algorithm that is set up where when they come and take you from your home, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, Jade Helm style, and they put you on black helicopters, black what do you call them, aircraft, and take you, or black trains, or black SUVs, buses, in the middle of the night, because as the man Tom, he's going to explain exactly how they're going to go about it, what they're going to do to the people concerning martial law, civil unrest, and whatnot. And they said that the collapse of the United States economy is not going to be something that's going to be, it'll be televised, of course, but you're going to lose a lot of stuff: your house, your car, your loved ones, all of this. And he's going to explain this within about 20 to 25 minutes. If you're willing to listen. And after that, I'm going to put some biblical scriptures with it, but I just thought that you should know. I'm going into the collapse section. All right, and then I'll probably make a video concerning the Trump presidency section, right, on a second video, concerning what his job is to collapse the economy, doing it deliberately and on purpose, because they found out that those orbs, right, are the chariots of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Like it says in Psalm 68 and 17, the chariots of the Lord are 20,000, even thousands of angels, and the Lord is among them, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, as in Sinai and in the holy place, which is in the skies above us. And since they know that they're here to pick up the elect, they know that they have the vast majority of the children of Israel, okay, the real children of Israel, not those imposters talking shit about they running everything. That's what that Finkelstein video I was going to make is about. The people that call themselves the JEWs, right? Those imposters over there, they run every goddamn thing. All mainstream media propaganda, the United States government. They run the Democratic and the Republican House and the Senate. They tell these motherfuckers what to do to tell you. Okay? Real talk. Those people over there, they run the whole show. They run the whole show, man. Okay. Um, yeah. And so let's go into it.
Oh, I can't wait to get to Trump. I can't wait. I'm going to have them timestamp my Trump part, and I'm going to make sure they feature that so people go to it. Because that's just as important as this part. The collapse. That was a mouthful, what I just went through. My point is this. You got to think deeper and bigger on what's really with the agenda. It's not so simple and so easy as holding on to your guns and getting your bug out bag. Do you think they didn't have a plan for all that? I already told you that the whole gun thing, they want you to have the guns. If they wanted to ban guns, they could have done a long time ago. They don't want to ban guns. They want you to have your guns. And they want you to believe that the guns are going to protect you. That's what they want you to believe, and you believe it. I'm all for the Second Amendment, but that ship sailed too. Saving America sailed 20 years ago, and the gun issue sailed a long time ago too, because the technology advanced for them, and it did not advance for us. We're still holding on to our AR-15s and our Colt 45s and our shotguns, thinking that's going to really stand a chance to protect us and defend the Union. You are dreaming. You're in fantasy land. We don't have the technology. They do. What they got is 100 years ahead of what you got. 100 years ahead of your guns, technology. So the gun issue, you really need to think about that. I'm all for guns. Everybody should have a gun in their home for protection. But if you want to talk about saving America and defending the Union from what is about to come, it's sticks and stones compared to what they got. And they know that. You're playing right into their hands when you talk about how guns are going to protect you and your family from what's coming. You are dreaming. Now let's move on to the collapse. And I'll have them timestamp this part, because I just rambled again. We'll move on to the collapse. The collapse is a controlled collapse. They know it's coming. They know the financial system's a bubble. They know there's trillions and trillions in debt, bad debt, loaded up on the banks, the currency. They know there's going to be a collapse one way or another. They want to control it when it happens, and they want an agenda to play out when it happens that they're in control of. They're not stupid people. These are really smart people. They're smarter than you, smarter than me. They're not going to just let some economic collapse happen at some point without them taking advantage of it. So what are they going to do? They're going to plan the collapse. My timeline, what I've been told, what I've seen, is 2021 to 2025. It could be wrong, it could change, but it is going to happen. It's going to happen soon. The collapse is going to look like this. It's not going to be Mad Max. The whole power is not going to be out across the entire United States. There's still going to be power. Now, there's going to be power outages that lead up to it. They have to do a Project Zypher. I've talked about that before. But the collapse itself, I'm going to paint a picture of what it's going to look like based on what I know. You're still going to have power. Stock market is going to totally evaporate. It will be a meltdown unlike any other over the course of about a week or two. There will be panic. The television will be on. You will be watching the news. What will follow from that, mass layoffs, high unemployment, just overall economic disruption where Americans are already financially stressed. It's going to put them on the brink. This will transpire over a few months. It will just get worse and worse and worse. It will get to the point the military is going to come out into the streets. They're going to set up roadblocks. There's going to be food banks because the currency is going to have serious problems. Your buying power is going to start to evaporate too. Now, people don't have any money anyway. People aren't even going to have any money. They're going to be jobless. There's going to be serious shortages of just having money. Meanwhile, the currency starts to destabilize too. After couple of months is going to lead up to a point, and this is what they're planning on. The bread lines. The government is going to provide food for 350 million or so Americans. They're going to provide assistance, cash handouts, food stamps. You're going to see people that are living in mansions right now with net worths in the millions and millions of dollars in those bread lines. And it's by design. Because to get the food, you're going to have to take the microchip. And if you don't take the microchip, you don't eat. Now, I talked about before, they got these nano devices in people's bloodstreams and everything. They're not very effective. There's limitations to the technology. They want everybody to be microchipped. And they know if there isn't some kind of calamity, Americans aren't going to take the microchip. Right now, would Americans go take the microchip? No, they're not going to do it. This is the catalyst to make it finally happen. And it will work. So the collapse is going to proceed. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. It gets to the point where people are in the bread lines and they're getting the food from the military, the garrisons that are set up in every city in America, National Guard, U.S. military, and foreign troops. They're going to bring in a lot of foreign troops to help out with this mess. And it is going to be like a domino effect across the Western Hemisphere and all over the Northern Hemisphere. It'll affect Europe, it'll affect China, but America will be ground zero at first. And they're going to bring in the foreign troops. And you're going to see all different kinds of faces from a whole bunch of different places, including China. So that's the first 4 or 5 months. As this happens and proceeds, this is when the government goes into high gear in terms of implementing all the globalist agendas through Congress, through the presidency. You're going to see it go into high gear during the chaos. They're going to be issuing bill after bill after bill, all about Agenda 21, Agenda 30, in terms of changing the laws, getting America on track to becoming a total globalist controlled surveillance police state where freedom of speech is shut down and you don't even have the freedom to think anymore. But that's after the reset. So you're going to have a period of a couple of years of deep, deep economic chaos and depression. The government will be there with food to help because, as I said, they do have this food program where they can grow food in these huge vats with bacteria. It's not real, but it looks real, and nutritional value in there. You won't be able to farm. You won't be able to grow food yourself. They're going to ban all of that. They're already doing that. So you'll be 100% reliant on the government for a period of 3 or 4 years. And then there will be an economic recovery, a new currency. Things will recover, but it will be a new world. And all this stuff with Trump and the patriotism and nationalism and Americans still having free speech, and that's gone when this new world begins. It's over. And I'll explain more of that in the Trump part of this, why they're doing what they're doing. If you make it to that new world, you're going to have a microchip, you're going to be totally controlled and surveilled. Now, they're going to tell you that it's all roses and sunshine, by the way. They're going to tell you this is good for you. And this new world, that we survived the economic collapse, and we came out of it, and you got your microchip now, and now you got a job, and you got nice things again, and you got power and water, and you got a new iPhone 15, and it's going to start to look like the world we got now, but there will be some big differences. No more freedom of speech. No more freedom of speech. And the ideas of the Trump presidency, the nationalism, America first, all that will be completely destroyed and faded away. Gone. Constitution, gone. And there'll be no resistance to it because you and me, patriots, gone. I've already told you the number, 12 to 15 million. Now, there's way more than that are Republican, that voted for Trump, but they're not awake. They have a very, very shallow understanding of the truth, and they're not a threat, and they will assimilate. They've already done testing on all this. They've done profiles of these people. They've ran it through their programs that they have, and they have very advanced data analysis programs where they can look at the human population of America and they can determine, okay, there's about 12 to 15 million Americans that are going to be a problem for us. And then there's going to be 100 or 150 million conservative Republican types who won't be a problem. They may resist a little bit internally, but they will take the microchip and they will assimilate. They've already determined the numbers because they have the computer algorithms to do so. 12 to 15 million of us got to go. But they're not going to just kill us. They're going to kill some of us. And take us to the underground bases. Now, people have said, well, how could they house 12, 15 million in underground bases? Of course they could. Of course they could. I've already explained to you, you're not going to be in a cell. You're going to be in a cage. It's a few square feet in size, maybe even smaller than that. These bases have been being built for 50 years, 50, 60 years, and they've got hundreds of them all over the United States. They have enough room to put at least 10 million souls down there and keep them alive. And you all think that, well, that's just too many. Give me a break. You can fit the entire human population into the state of Texas. The entire population of Earth can be fit into the state of Texas where everybody has a little bit of land, a little place to stand. You're telling me that they can't put 10 million people into all the underground bases they've been building for the past 50 or 60 years in America? Of course they can. Now, they can't give them big, nice apartments, but they can put them in these small cages. And that's what they're going to do. I've explained how they're going to do it. They send a drone, drill a hole into your window, it flies in, it blows the puff of scopolamine, you walk out in a hypnotic state into the bus, waiting for you. This operation goes on at night. Nobody notices, nobody thinks about it, nobody cares, because the vast majority of Americans are totally brain dead and mind controlled. Now you're gone and they took you to the underground base and they're going to begin their process of assimilating you into that underground base. And that means removing your limbs one by one without anesthesia, extracting the adrenochrome that's produced in that process, and hooking you up to a machine that's going to keep you alive for hundreds of years. Meanwhile, they're going to remove body parts. They're going to remove an eye, and they might remove one of your kidneys, and they're going to sell that on the black market and make an unbelievable amount of money. China, Russia, a lot of countries are going to buy, especially in the Middle East, are going to buy from them and purchase these body parts because they're in high demand. People need them. People need new kidneys. People need new. They're going to take part of your liver and be able to grow it in a lab. They're going to take as much as they can without killing you, and they're going to sell it or use it for their own experiments. All right? So as that process is going on, you're being assimilated into this new life of yours, if you can call it that. You're getting tortured mentally, physically, emotionally every single day. It is absolute hell on earth for you. They're doing all this. They've got the AI program running in the run-up to the collapse. I already explained the AI program. You can go listen to the other videos about it. That AI program, the whole point is so that nobody really comes looking for this 12 to 15 million that are gone over the course of a few months. Now, if they didn't have that AI program in there, so people would start to wake up. People would realize, wow, a lot of people just went missing out of the blue. What the hell happened? The AI program serves that purpose to push that, kick the can down the road so that your disappearance does not get investigated, basically. It doesn't become a news story. Because it looks like you're posting on Facebook, you just made a phone call to your mom, it sounds just like you, Nobody's going to investigate it. You might have your suspicions that my dad's gone. Where did he go? He's not at home. He's missing. But he just left a phone message for my mom. And then he just posted something on Facebook. And he says he took a trip. People will have their suspicions, but it won't be investigated. So the AI program in Project Pogo and Project Cypher serves a very specific purpose, but it will also serve a larger purpose. They're testing this for the long term. They want to make sure it works, and it does work. But it serves a very specific purpose so that when the 10 to 15 million, 12 to 15 million of patriots and Americans and Christians all disappear over the course of 6 months, 6 to 9 months, it's not going to make the headlines. It's not going to raise suspicions. That's a lot of people to disappear. They're going to be able to create what is called plausible deniability. You may suspect that your uncle is gone or your sister disappeared, but she just called you yesterday and you talked to her and it sounded just like her. Now what? Is she really gone? Or is her explanation legitimate? Oh, hey, I took a trip. Oh, hey, I'm sick. Don't come over. Oh, hey, I'll talk to you soon, but I just can't make it. I've got a lot of work right now. The AI algorithm is very advanced. It runs these scripts that have already been tested as to what is going to work on you. They're going to run a script depending on their analysis of your personality. They have a database of 360, 70 million Americans in their computers. They know everything about you. They know your habits. They know your beliefs. They know your positive qualities, your negative qualities. They're going to incorporate that in the algorithm so that when your sister calls you, your AI-generated sister calls you. She's already gone. She's in the underground base, the real one. When the AI-generated sister calls you, they're going to know what she needs to say to make you believe that she's still alive. Did that make sense or not? Sometimes I wonder that some of the people listening, if you're smart enough to understand what you're being told by right now, because some of those comments are so dumb. So dumb. But the good news is we're winning because there's way more positive comments, way more likes than dislikes on those videos. The smart people outnumber the dummies by a wide margin, thank God. Just in terms of the comments and the interaction, I see positive.
Anyway, so you see what I'm saying about as far as what these goddamn animals got planned for us all? I mean, that's what they got planned, man. Crazy fuckers, man. They don't care. Anyway, let's go. Right? Let's go get it. Jeremiah. No. Let's go get Revelation. Right. Well, that was Psalms 2, wasn't it? I was going to go there first. Psalms chapter 2, verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Okay, now you just heard the imaginations of the United States government, the governments of the world, all these heathen nations that are gathered together against the council and take counsel against the Israelites of the Holy Bible. 10 to 15 million. Okay, they're going against outspoken ministers, outspoken preachers, different individuals. Let me see if I can find that. I think, see if I can go in here and find it. Right. This is just more information about what the guy was saying. Right. There are over 800 prison camps in the United States, all fully operational and ready to receive prisoners They are all staffed and even surrounded by prison guards, but they're all empty. These camps are to be operated by the Federal Emergency Management Agency should martial law need to be implemented in the United States. All it would take is a presidential signature on a proclamation and the Secretary General's signature on a warrant to which a list of names is attached. Okay? FEMA has 3-layer boxcars for transporting shackled prisoners and more than 800 empty and guarded concentration camps across the United States. And they're making new prisoner boxcars and 40-foot railroad containers arriving in Canada and China, and playing martial law in time for military evacuations under martial law. Right? Now, I'm going to see if I can find about those lists. I don't think I guess it's not there. Okay. Okay, but yeah, that's what they're doing, man. They got your name on a list. This is what they plan on doing, putting people in boxcars. Okay. Eyewitnesses, missionaries, all kind of anybody that has faith. Anybody that has faith, they're coming to get you. Okay, like the man said, they have. Right, see, deep state arrests, CIA, FBI, NSA, DHS, and the military-industrial complex. Right? Now, the full article, of course, I can't go there. I wished I could, but I can't even find this. And I took this down as a screenshot. You know? But anyway. I just thought, you know, that this information would be helpful, right? Psalms chapter 2, verse 1, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and their rulers take counsel together against the Lord and his anointed. And the anointed are the chosen ones, those that have been chosen by the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? A remnant will return. Hope for the Lord's people. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 21. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power, the Most High, Yahweh. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. For the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the power of hosts, shall make a consumption, even determined in the midst of all the land. Right? Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the power of hosts. Right? Shartaza Bawath Adawan Ratazah. Yeah. O my people that dwellest in Zion, the memorial of Israel, be not afraid of the Assyrian. And the Assyrian in this case would be Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and the deep state, right? He shall smite thee with a rod, right? And shall lift up his staff against thee. The rod and their staff, right? The rod, their power, okay? Their staff, agriculture, their bread and water, okay? Their rod, okay? Their rod would be, a rod is like a whipping stick or a rod of punishment, okay? And that's the military complex, you know, the Gerger troops from different nations. They're going to rise up against you, right? And shall lift up his staff against thee, okay? Shut down the economy, okay? And force you, and with your back against the wall, to have a box of food. But the only way you can get that food is with like the man said, with the micro C-hip, right? After the manner of Egypt. That's exactly what they're going to do here in America. That's the whole plan of what they plan. And then the video is not even finished. If I go into the rest of it, okay, you know, this video is probably going to be about an hour, okay? For yet a little while, and the indignation shall cease in mine anger and their destruction, right? So you know at least, you know who is who and why they're doing it. The kings of the earth set themselves and their rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands in sunder and cast away their cords from us. Right? And that's how they're going to do it. Shut down the internet. Shut down all your power. Like the man said, they're not going to shut off all power. But that's the reason why Donald Trump is making these tariffs against Canada. Canada runs the power of New York City, most of the East Coast. Okay? Minnesota, Montana, Wyoming, all that power, energy, comes from Canada. They're talking about cutting it off. The rest of the power is ran off the power grid of America, right? Okay, so they're not going to cut off all the power. Okay? They're going to leave enough lights on to gather all the people into a city, into a smart city. You see how they're planning on doing this? So this way you have constant 24-hour surveillance in your house and outside of your home. They're going to have listening devices hooked up through this AI algorithm once the power comes back on. Okay? Once everything goes back to some semblance of normalcy. The television is going to listen to you. Your toaster is going to be able to listen to you. Okay? Your microwave is going to be able to listen to you. The reason why is because they have little speakers to let you know, notify you that the food in the microwave is done. Beep, 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 beep. Okay? That's a speaker. Okay? That speaker is listening to you. Same thing with the refrigerator. Okay? Your TV. And damn near everybody I know has got a TV in their own room. You know? Okay? You know, you got some individuals got TV in the fucking bathroom. Okay? Your phone is listening to you. You see? You're going to have all these things, man. Let us break their bands in asunder and cast their cords from us. Right? So that's basically what they're doing. And they're doing it very, very cleverly. Right? Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Okay? So the Most High does whatever he pleases. The king's heart is like a stream of water directed by the Lord. He guides it wherever he pleases. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is doing this, you know, as a punishment for not keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. Right? So that's basically what they're going to do, man. That's what they're doing. And, you know, these devils, they don't care, man. Okay? Ecclesiastes. A lot of people are going to think that the world is over. Oh, my God. Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. Okay? So this bullshit about Donald Trump saying the other day about, you know, it's probably going to be the end of the world. It's probably going to be the end. It's going to be over with thermonuclear war, right? No, it's not. Okay? That's the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai in control of this devil. Like I explained to you earlier. Okay? Like I will explain to you now. Job chapter 33, verse 14. Right? For the Most High speaketh once, yet twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and the slumberings upon the bed. Then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose, and hide pride from man. Okay? NLT, for the Most High speaks again and again, though people do not recognize it. He speaks in dreams, in visions of the night, when deep sleep falls upon people as they lie in their beds. He whispers in their ears and terrifies them with warnings and makes them turn from wrongdoing. He keeps them from pride. Right? He protects them from the grave and crossing over the river of death. You see what I'm saying? And that's what the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai has done, man. Okay? Joel chapter 2. Verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. And a brother was, had made a video yesterday, I think it was, about a dream that he had concerning the angel of death, and how he had seen all of the camps of ISUPK, IUIC, GOCC, what is it, IUGJGC, whatever they're called, whoever, HOI, AOI, and other affiliate camps underneath them, right? And we were all in one spot. And the angel of death, he said, would take out some individuals. Sakari was there, ISUPK was there, okay? And the angel of death had a sword, and he would put to death different individuals amongst all this group of men that had supposedly stood for the righteousness of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Supposedly because they pretend to be righteous, but then inwardly they're ravening wolves. All they want is your money. Like GMS Get This Work Too. Brother Karawata's out there in the San Francisco Valley out there in California. Okay, had made a video about Jenna Yohana talking about they're the last word and testament of Israel, of Israelites, because the people that they're coming after of this 12 or 15 million is going to be some of the individuals of Great Millstone, okay, and other camps as well, right? And the brother had a vision about these individuals being punished. Right? Now, clearly the white man, Tom, okay, a whistleblower, is talking about they're going to be taking people's bodily organs, cutting off limbs with no anesthesia. Okay? These motherfuckers have been planning this for a long time, man. They're out to get us. Right? Joel chapter 2, verse 29. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. The hopeful elect 4 had a woman that had a dream about helicopters in the sky, and just military troops dressed in black marching down the street, robot dogs. Shook me up. I'm like, damn, you saw all of that? And the brother seeing the other thing. So the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is doing exactly what he said. It shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. Right? And women are getting on TikTok, Instagram, prophesying about these things that are about to happen. Right? And I will show wonders in the heaven and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be darkened and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. Okay? NLT. And I will cause wonders in the heavens and on the earth, blood and fire and columns of smoke. The sun will become dark and the moon will turn blood red before the great and terrible day of the Lord arrives. Right? But everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. For some on Mount Zion in Jerusalem will escape, just as the Lord has said. Right? For some on Mount Zion in Jerusalem, okay, a people before it's a place, the memorial of Israel, a remnant of the seed of the house of Israel. Some of them will escape the judgment of the Most High. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord hath said, and in the remnant whom the Lord shall call. Okay? These will be among the survivors whom the Lord has called. You see what I'm saying? So all these things they're jumping off, man. Okay? All this stuff, man, it's happening. Okay? I'm like, damn. Yay. It's actually happening. Right? Right? Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. And everybody is telling on this devil about what his plan is. Okay? Everybody's saying, got something to say. They know something about it. Have you noticed they're coming out more and more in different videos, trying to do everything they can to wake people up, to make them more aware of their surroundings, the situation and the circumstances that they're in, and to pay attention to what's going on around them concerning the economy, their job, how much money they're making, what they need to do, how much money they need to set aside before the economy completely collapses, what they need to purchase. Okay? But, I mean, if the man said, or as soon as what the man says comes to pass, as far as deep state, okay, and the rod of the Most High's indignation, the Assyrian, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, coming against the children of Israel, there's nothing you can do about it. The Most High said he's going to make the Assyrian lift up his rod against you, okay, which is his military force, and break your staff of bread, right? And your codependence on government, okay? And then going to reestablish that staff of bread in order for you to be micro-C-hipped. Now, you heard it just like I heard it, man. Okay? And this is just also one part of that same video. You see what I'm saying? For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall go altogether unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. Right? So the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, already got a plan to destroy these goddamn animals, man. Okay? Jeremiah 49:20, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. Okay? So since the Israeli and America are going to team up, and they're going to estrange EU and NATO, EU and NATO is going to join the BRICS nations. Okay? You see how that works? How Revelation chapter 17 verse 16 gets involved? Revelation chapter 17 verse 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. Right? EU and NATO. You have all kind of different nations, peoples, and tongues in that area of the world. Plus, you have here America, Babylon the Great American melting pot, where you have different nations and tongues and peoples and nations living here as well. You see? And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, which are the BRICS nations, the original BRICS nations, right? Which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. EU and NATO, BRICS nations, they're going to hate the whore, and the hate increases. It continues, even as we speak right now, because of these tariffs, which are extra taxes upon the taxes that and everything that already been laid out in order to do business with America. You know, all of these nations of people will have become dependent on America, because America is pretty much a consumer nation. Nothing here is made here except for cigarettes, tobacco, and weapons. That's it. Okay? And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore of Babylon, America, and shall make her desolate and naked. The only way to make her desolate and naked is to take away her firepower, take away her national defense, take away her constitution, okay? And naked, right? Where the people have no defense. And shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. How do you do that? With intercontinental thermonuclear missiles, right? For the Most High have put it in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree. And to agree together to do this to America, Babylon the Great. Because if you look on the internet, on TikTok, Messenger, Instagram, YouTube, Odyssey, you know, the powers that be are the powers of heaven are being shaken. The powers that be are shook. Right? And the power, what I mean by the powers of the heavens of Esau Edom's world, right, they're shaken. Esau, the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai controls the minds and the hearts of men, and like the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will, right? So he's controlling Donald Trump, making him do all of these different things. He's controlling the elites that control Donald Trump, making them do all these different things. So they know that they have the children of Israel and the children of Judah in their thrall, being oppressed together, right? Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. And the only place that they're being oppressed together is here in Babylon the Great, America, the land of indigenous Holocaust and home of the slaves. Right? All that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go, because they know that as long as you have one of the children of Israel in your country will prosper, because the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is with his people. Ezekiel chapter 11, verse 16. Therefore say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary to the countries where they shall come. See? So the heathen nations know the biblical scriptures. They know that as long as they have some of the children of Israel in their country, that their country will prosper. Okay, if you have them in derision and as slaves, your country will prosper. Look at America. Make America great again. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's not going to work. That's not going to happen. It's not happening. Therefore say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where you have been scattered, and I will give you the land of Israel. Right? So the Most High scattered us amongst all the heathen. Okay? Like it says in Joel chapter 3, verse 6, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians. Right? And at that time, the Grecians were the Edomites. The only people that are synonymous with Greece or Rome or the Greco-Roman Empire are so-called Caucasian white people. So in this biblical context, where it says you were sold unto the Grecians, you were sold to Esau Edom, the white man, the Edomites, that ye may remove them far from their border. And who did this? The children of Tyre and of Zidon. And Tyre and Zidon, okay, were shipping port cities of the Hamites, the Canaanites. That's how Yahweh Shai, well, what was it? Moses, Paul, the apostle, right, were all thought to be Egyptians. Joseph was thought to be an Egyptian. Moses was thought to be an Egyptian, right? And the Egyptians were Canaanites, Hamites. Their skin were swarthy, dark skinned. They looked like Moors. And Moor simply means black or dark skinned. You see? So these devils, they knew who they were getting rid of Tyre and Zidon and all the coasts of Palestine. Because in Palestine back then, the vast majority of the people that lived in Palestine were dark, swarthy colored people, right? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly or pay me back, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. Why? Because you have taken my silver and my gold and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. Right? You have sold the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem unto the Grecians, that you might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them up out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah. Negroes, right? Judah, Benjamin, and the Levite priests, right? And they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people afar off, for the Lord has spoken it. See? So, these people are done, man. The Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, He knows everything that you've done. You got to pay for it. Okay? But anyway, I just wanted to, go over that right quick. Not a big deal. Concerning what these devils are doing as far as the... hold on. Is that in here? No. I think it's down here. The deep state or whatever. Hold on. Let me see. Right? What was it? Right? It's like, man, come on. Yep, Joseph, Moses, and Paul, they all thought they were Egyptians, right? Hold on, let me see. Because they were dark-skinned, swarthy people. They didn't look like the Edomites. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I'm trying to find that map that old boy was talking about. Okay. These are the regional, the FEMA camp regions, okay, where it says the 10th part of the city shall fall, right? And these are the different regions where these major FEMA camps are going to be housing the people of the Lord. Shalom. Well, let's see. I think it's another one. Let's see. And this is their agenda. Right? One world government, end of nations, one world army, one world police force, end of the family unit, one world central bank, one world cashless currency, end of all private property, world depop and fertility control, end of home and car ownership, mandatory multiple, you guessed it, Beetlejuice shots yearly, universal austerity or universal basic income, social media digital ID, micro CHIP for health, shopping, and travel, implementation of Chinese social credit system, government-based raised children, all businesses run by state, end of all non-essential air travel. That's the reason why you're having all these plane crashes, because they want to end non-essential air travel. If it's not essential to their way of life, to their liking, if it doesn't have anything to do with business, if you're just going over the pleasure to visit your family, it's going to crash in the fucking ground, right? And they're trying to bring fear to making people so this way the aircraft industry would fall in, right? Government-raised children, end of non-essential air travel, humans concentrated into 15-minute zones, end of private farms and vegetable gardens, right? The man said that too, right? End of animal ownership, ban on all natural medicines, AI courts, and end of individual rights. Okay, so posse comitatus is over with. Okay, it'll be martial law. Ain't gonna be no. That'll be the new law of the land. It's martial law. The Constitution will be suspended permanently. Okay, limited access to wild spaces, and end of fossil fuels and modern conveniences. Okay. And it says it's false, but this is what they're doing. Universal basic income, austerity, micro CHIP for society for purchasing, travel, tracking, and controlling, trillions of appliances hooked into the 5G monitoring system, Internet of Things, government-raised children, government-owned and controlled schools, colleges, and universities, end of private transportation and owning cars, all businesses owned by government and corporations, the restriction of non-essential air travel, human beings concentrated into human settlement zones and cities, end of irrigation, end of private farms and grazing livestock, end of single-family homes, restricted land use that serves human needs, ban of natural non-synthetic drugs and natural and naturopathic medicine, end of fossil fuels. You see what I'm saying? So these goddamn devils, man, the end of the family unit, depop, control of pop growth and pop density, end of all privately owned property, one world military, one world central bank, one world cashless currency, one world government. But they say that they're not doing that. Right? The King Alfred Plan, the extermination of blacks, so-called, in America. Codename Rex 84. The King Alfred Plan was a fictional CIA-led scheme supporting an international effort to eliminate people of African descent in the event of widespread and continuing coordinated racial disturbances in the United States. The King Alfred Plan Rex 84, at the discretion of the President, is to be put into action immediately. Okay? This is all where they're going to be trying to send people, man. Okay? Rex 84 is short for the Readiness Exercise Program of 1984, a classified scenario and drill developed by the United States federal government to suspend the United States Constitution, declare martial law, place military commanders in charge of state and local governments, and detain large numbers of American citizens who are deemed to be national security threats. Now, the man said that they were going to put 15 to 20 million people in deep underground bases and cut them to pieces in these FEMA camps, right? Underground, right? And detain large numbers of people, American citizens, deemed to be national security threats in the event of the president declares a state of national emergency. See? Shalom.